my channel. So today we are going to be doing something special. I just received my Copic brush nibs in the mail. I ordered them a few days back off of Amazon. I got them for about $6. I'm not sure if that's the going rate or not, because sometimes Amazon does charge $1 or $2 above what they really should be, but maybe they are the same price. So I have these, and I wanted to see if they would fit into Ohuhu markers to try to, Ohuhu markers are great as they are, but the nibs aren't my favorite. So I wanted to see if Copic nibs would fit into Ohuhu markers. So I have my Ohuhu marker pack right here. And then I also have my tweezers to make it a little bit easier to get the nibs out without dirtying my fingers too much. So this pack, it's a mix of the 48 count brush markers with the skin tone set, and also with the set, the 120 set, but it's not a brush marker set, it's the regular one. So I put them all together, the ones that I really enjoy. As you can see, I'm really into the more pastel colors and lighter colors and all that. So it's just easier for me to find what I want to use and all that. Okay, so I gotta figure out which one I want to switch out. I'm thinking to also maybe even try out the regular ones, you know? I don't know, if maybe into the broad nib side, because I feel like, yeah, that would be too small, so we can't do it in that one. But maybe in the broad nib side, we'd be able to put a brush nib also. So we'll try that out too. So we have this one, and then we're going to try out, what's gonna be the color? I think I'm gonna do this one. So we're gonna do these two. I'll put these ones to the side. Okay, so as you can see, this one is a little bit frayed at the ends. Not a lot, but I don't know if you can see that or not, if it's gonna focus or not. But we're gonna take that one out, and then we'll take the broad nib out of the other one. I've never touched a dry nib before. It feels so smooth and soft, like silk. Okay. So I'm gonna take the tweezer, and I'm just gonna pull it out. And as you can see, it's double-sided, so I really could just flip it over and be fine. But we're gonna try this out and see if it works. So let's see, is it gonna fit? It's a little bit tight. Try to really push it in there. Okay. So now a bit more. Okay. So we're gonna hold it like this, and we'll see if the marker starts to go in. The ink starts to flow down. It should. I've never tried this, so I'm not 100% on this. But I don't see why not, unless it just doesn't fit. The sizes are a little bit different. This Ohuhu marker nib is a little bit longer, so I'm not sure if that's going to play a role in it working or not working. But so far, there's nothing flowing into the nib, and it's really tight in there. We're gonna put it right here. Okay, so we're gonna leave it like this, and then see what happens. And so now we're gonna work on this one. I feel like this one should work a lot better than the brush nib one, because I feel like it's a bigger opening. And maybe these aren't as long, are they? Yeah, see, these are about the same height, the same length, so it should work better. It's almost the same length, I guess, as the other one, but okay, so now the thing is with this, as you can see, it's a little bit loose. So I don't know. Would I use it like this? I don't know. If I can leave it like this, then maybe. It doesn't push in. So if you're gentle with it, it'd be fine right here. But if you put any pressure, like heavier pressure, it would just pop it in. I don't know if you would really want to color with such a small nib, but you could technically. It still works. As you can see, it is flowing through when you do press it all the way in. So, would I say yes to this? I guess you could technically put a nib on this one, but you're not going to have full access to the whole nib. I mean, you could still, at this angle, it's not scraping on the paper, so it would work, but if you try to go down to right here, it starts scraping. So I mean, you would have to hold it up pretty like this angle or higher for that to work. And if you put it right here, it's not going to grab the ink, and then it will just push right back in if you put any pressure on it. So this, I don't, that's up to your preference on how long of a nib you want. But it does grab the ink. So that I'm not too sure about. I personally, like, I'm not going to keep it there. But as you can see, it does flow through. Probably should just use this, but color isn't that bad, I guess. Okay, so let's see if this one worked. Nope. So this one is not going far enough in. I feel like it's stuck in there. Oh no. I shoved it in there too much and it's like stuck now. No. I don't want it to get ruined. Oh no. That was $2 right there. Well, I guess this whole thing is really kind of a fail. So, if you want to put Copic nibs inside of an Ohuhu marker, basically you can't. It just doesn't, they're not the right size. There are different sizes. This, for the brush marker, the Copic nib is too thick, so they just don't pair up. And then also, the Ohuhu nibs are longer, so when you put the Copic nib in, it's not long enough to reach the ink. But yeah, I just destroyed that nib. Okay. I'm gonna try to at least get it out, but it doesn't even want to come out. Well, this is what's inside of a Copic nib, if you ever wanted to know. Oh my goodness. It's like really jammed in there. Okay, got it out. So as you can see, it never touched the ink. It's just not long enough. And then when you get to this point right here, it's a little bit thicker right there. And this just is too thick to push into the Ohuhu marker all the way. I mean, on the inside, you can see there's little grooves. So if you somehow filed them down or gotten rid of those, maybe you would be able to fit the Copic nib in. But then again, it still would probably be too short of a nib to be practical. But yeah, guess it was a fail. I'll put this back on. I'll just flip it this time. So I'll have a new nib. But there's the answer. So, do Copic nibs work with Ohuhu markers? I'm gonna say it's a no. It's definitely, it's not gonna work out. I would just stick with the Ohuhu nibs and just flipping it over And then if you need to, just buy a new set of those markers to get that color. I mean, not to get the color, but to get a new nib. The nibs last a pretty long time, so right now I've had these markers for a good 4 months or something, and they're still pretty good. Well, this is the new side, but it was still pretty good, as you saw. So I would even give it up to like 6 months, and then you could flip it for another 6 months, so it could last you a whole year. And then if you want the new ink, you can buy some Copic ink to refill it, because that works with it also. But the Copic nibs just don't work. They're not the right size for the Ohuhu markers. I hope this answered all your questions. I hope you have a great week. And now I'm going to go cry about my Copic nib being ripped apart. And I will see you next week. Bye.